and pistol whipped the guy his baby mother was with for having his daughter in that unsafe environment. Nipsey beat him up bad to the point he had to get sent to
Yo, let me find out Nipsey was not with the shits. Nipsey probably went in there like, who the hell you got around my daughter, cuz? What the fuck going on? You got drugs, guns, all type of shit.
the hospital. Allegedly, his baby mother was harmed in the mix-up as well. Shortly after Big U heard about the incident, he pulled up to Nipsey's store and confronted him about it. Words were exchanged, and it led to them fighting in the alley. Big U allegedly gave Nipsey a beatdown. This led to Blacc Sam going back inside to retrieve a pistol. He proceeded to fire a shot in the air to get Big U off Nipsey. LAPD arrived almost immediately where they
I mean, Big U is a big guy compared to Nipsey, so I could see that.
saw Blacc Sam with a pistol in his hand. The officers then opened fire on Blacc Sam, but not a single bullet struck him. They were all arrested and taken to the 77th Street Division. All three bailed out the next morning. When Nipsey began collaborating with YG in 2011, he brought YG to 60 territory for Nipsey's part in the Bitches Ain't Shit video shoot. Big U did not approve of Nipsey bringing a rapper from Treetop into the set. During the early 2010s, it wasn't very common to have Pyrus hanging out in the 60s. So when
What up, YouTube? You clicked the title, you read the page, so I'ma just get to the point. It says the history of conflict between Big U, Nipsey, and Blacc Sam. Rollin 60's extortion and fight. Rollin 60's extortion, allegedly. All right, you gotta say allegedly right now. It's a lot of things going on with the Rollin 60's, man. Thoughts and praises to everybody that's dealing with that. Anybody that's innocent, man, I hope they get out of that. Anybody that just was just doing what they had to do, they feed their family, I hope they get out of that. You know what I mean? This shit is crazy, man. Shout out to Hood War Stories. They did this video like almost a year ago, about like 7 months ago, should I say. And I'm like, what? So they knew this before we knew this? Because I just got wind of how like this whole Big U extortion thing. All right, so subscribe for the vibe. Let's get caught up, all right?
Welcome to Hood War Stories. In this episode, I'll be discussing the history of conflict between Big U and Nipsey Hussle. Big U is a prominent figure in the industry who came directly from the streets. Arlington and Slauson Ave in South Central to be exact. Growing up, he was a member of the Arlington Gangsters, who would later claim Rollin 60's. From fighting, frontlining, robbing drug dealers, money plays that would result in big revenue, Big U's reputation in the streets was solidified. And by the early 90s, he became a leader, if not the top man in the Rollin 60's. He's currently known to have the deepest pull within the 60's. Big U and Nipsey were once close.
Yo, but only thing I ain't like that Big U had did y'all ever catch the interview when I guess Quando had reached out to him where everything was going left between him? You know that situation with Quando, Dirk, all like everybody know that situation. So I guess, you know, he reached out to him. So Big U goes on an interview and I guess like he like outed him, was like, yo, like, you know, niggas be asking. He didn't say it like this, but it was something of this nature. And it was like, yeah, you know, look at this, like showing homie like yeah, like look, Quando reached out to me type shit. And I felt like that was corny. Like if you're supposed to be a big homie, then you're supposed to look out for the little homies. Don't be blasting them, making it seem like, you know, like even if like I guess in Big U defense, he was like, oh, how Quando, like, oh, now that shit going left, now you need niggas. But at the end of the day, you're the big homie. I feel like when shit go left, I should be able to come to you, you know, like you're supposed to be the, you know, the head honcho. I don't know, man. Y'all drop a comment, tell me what y'all think, but I ain't like that he did that.
Business partners. When Nipsey signed with Epic Records,
All right, let me bring it back a little bit.
he became a leader, if not the top man in the Rollin 60's. He's currently known to have the deepest pull within the 60's. Big U and Nipsey were once close business partners when Nipsey signed with Epic Records in 2007. Plans to release his first studio album, South Central State of Mind, were to follow after his 3 mixtapes from the series, Bullets Ain't Got No Name, which was an instant underground hit, but that album was never released. Animosity between Nipsey and Big U started when Nipsey wanted to cut ties with Big U's label. Nipsey was allegedly locked into a shady deal where he felt he was being extorted by Big U. But according to Big U, his version of the origin of conflict began when Big U left the music industry. Nipsey had Big U's recording equipment and Big U wanted it back. Big U was able to recover.
Nah, I'm not buying that started the beef. Over some recording equipment? Come on, Big U. Yo, come on. I'm not buying that started the beef. I'm just saying, like, I mean, what y'all think? Yo, come on, nah.
The equipment and moved it to his shop on 43rd and Crenshaw, thus making it accessible to other artists, including Nip if he still wanted to use it. Apparently, Nipsey took exception to Big U taking the equipment. They weren't seen eye to eye. And then Nipsey comes out with the song You Don't Have a Clue from his 2010 mixtape The Marathon, which is widely believed to be a diss song aimed directly at Big U, specifically in the first 4 lines of the song.
Nigga, why he ain't read it? It says, look, you don't got a clue of what you want to do. I'm busy getting rich. You think I'm going to stop for you? I built this on my own and everybody know it's true. Still niggas act like they supposed to have control over what I do. Woo! Damn, man. If they a robber, rest in peace, Nipsey, man. We'll never have another.
Following the diss track, Big U subsequently pulls up on Nipsey with some homies and confronts him. They attempted to pick him up so they could discipline him, and this form of discipline does not consist of a head-up fade. Before Big U could take Nipsey away for the DP, Blacc Sam jumped in front and told Big U that Nipsey wasn't going anywhere with them, and Big U responded by wanting Blacc Sam to stay out of it, saying that Blacc Sam was never from 60's and that this is gang business, although he did understand the sentiment of protecting his brother. In addition to the equipment ordeal, family disputes have caused these two to clash in a real way. Nipsey's first baby mother is Big U's niece. During this time, Nipsey and his baby mother were not getting along, as he did not approve the company his baby mother had around his daughter. Allegedly, guns, drugs, and alcohol were in the vicinity. Allegedly, Nipsey would go solo to his baby mother's house and pistol whip the guy his baby mother was with for having his daughter in that unsafe environment. Nipsey beat him up bad to the point he had to get sent to
Yo, let me find out Nipsey was not with the shits. Nipsey probably went in there like, who the hell you got around my daughter, cuz? What the fuck going on? You got drugs, guns, all type of shit.
The hospital. Allegedly, his baby mother was harmed in the mix-up as well. Shortly after Big U heard about the incident, he pulled up to Nipsey's store and confronted him about it. Words were exchanged, and it led to them fighting in the alley. Big U allegedly gave Nipsey a beat down. This led to Blacc Sam going back inside to retrieve a pistol. He proceeded to fire a shot in the air to get Big U off Nipsey. LAPD arrived almost immediately where they
I mean, Big U is a big guy compared to Nipsey, so I could see that.
saw Blacc Sam with a pistol in his hand. The officers then opened fire on Blacc Sam, but not a single bullet struck him. They were all arrested and taken to the 77th Street Division. All three bailed out the next morning. When Nipsey began collaborating with YG in 2011, he brought YG to 60 territory for Nipsey's part in the Bitches Ain't Shit video shoot. Big U did not approve of Nipsey bringing a rapper from Treetop into the set. During the early 2010s, it wasn't very common to have Pyrus hanging out in the 60s. So when Big U got at Nipsey had to defend his decision by having to fight multiple 60s just to have YG in their hood.
Damn, he gave him an L7 over that shit? That's crazy. You see how the gang shit just kind of messed with the business in a sense? Because, like, that is crazy. They were just trying to work.
The love from Nipsey was reciprocated when YG invited Nip to the trees for the I'm a Thug video shoot. The two became good friends and collaborated on numerous songs in the upcoming years. Over the course of the next 7-8 years, Nipsey's career continued to elevate to the next level, including a Grammy nomination for the Best Rap Album, but there were still internal issues behind the scenes. Throughout this period, Big U and Nipsey's relationship seemed to be hot and cold, and for a brief period, they both seemed to be on a good accord.
Remember that. He did what no other rappers do today. He sold his own music. He sold his own music. So when I came along and Steve came along, we had a formula that merged with what he do, but he outworked any artist I've seen. I'm talking about business-wise. I'm not talking about on the mic. Because if you notice, this man is more professional than 90% of the dudes who are trying to grow to his level. But I'm saying,
Nipsey, why they always take the good ones, bro? And they leave us with the clown.
that's our young baby. To a T. He outworked a whole lot of people. And this is the reason why we are giving him the award, the Businessman Award, because he really exudes everything that you need.
Yo, this nigga Big U just look like a slick ass nigga, B. Like, he got the suit on. He just look like a nigga that you just can't trust for real.
Exercise.
Can't trust him around your bitch. I don't know. He just look like a slick ass nigga, bro.
Business. So let's give this man a hand and clap it up for him.
But Blacc Sam and Big U seem to have never liked each other, with Blacc Sam disapproving of the way Big U has handled things pertaining Nip, and with Big U being pretty vocal of his dislike for Blacc Sam.
And then I'm gonna keep it 100. Me and his brother wasn't cool. Me and his brother wasn't the best of friends. You gotta understand, like I'm gonna have friends that my mama ain't gonna like. I'm gonna have friends that my brother's not gonna like.
Yeah, but why they ain't like you is the question.
You gonna have people that your people don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Since he's been out of prison, Big U has gained a rep for allegedly strong-arm extorting any rapper or artist that comes into 60 territory. Anyone with the big name needs to pay a tax and go through Big U to be granted entry access and the ability to be in the 60s without risk of being harmed. In early 2019, DJ Khaled, Nipsey, and John Legend
That shit sound like a fucked up contract. No funny.
teamed up for the single Higher. Initially, Nipsey had brought DJ Khaled to the 60s for the visuals of the song. When Big U got word of this, he allegedly sent a gang of 60 members to the video shoot to press the issue. Nipsey frontlined, but the overwhelming pressure resulted in him moving the video shoot to the top of a parking structure in Inglewood. Nipsey also had to beef up security, as he was receiving death threats, allegedly from the Inglewood families, the dominant blood gang in the city. After Nipsey was killed a few days later, rumors began to fly that Big U had allegedly orchestrated the murder, with many people pointing out their past issues, as well as Big U not attending Nipsey's funeral. Fans were
What? He ain't even go to the funeral? Nah, that's crazy. I mean, since Blacc Sam ain't like him, maybe that has something to do with it. You know, that's crazy, gang.
also thrown off when a screen recorded clip of Big U's live began circulating the internet.
Justice for Dip.
A young boy would have been there like, yeah, you got it.
Everybody that was showing this shit,
You did.
nothing put that nigga by himself, man.
You did.
Eric Holder, a previous hot-headed unknown shooter from the 60s, as well as a former friend of Nipsey's first baby mother, was charged and eventually convicted for Nipsey's murder. In a recent interview with Big Boy, Blacc Sam alluded to the possibility that Eric Holder was sent by someone, which has again sparked up a whirlwind of theories, saying that Big U was allegedly involved.
Nah, I don't see that, bro. If he did that, that's just evil and soulless, bro. All that shit over some money, bro.
People have speculated that Nipsey was getting bigger than the program and was defying the first law of power to never outshine the master. But this is all speculation and has no base. Big U has repeatedly denied that he had any involvement in Nipsey's murder, saying that Nipsey was like a little brother to him. Blacc Sam continues to keep Nipsey's vision alive.
Yo, rest in peace, Nipsey, man. That shit crazy. What y'all think, gang? Y'all think, nah, Big, you ain't do that shit, bro. Nah.